Hey everybody, welcome back. John and William again with the Southern Beer Review. So we are at stop number 2 on the Magic City Brewery Trail, as highlighted in the article on bhamnow.com. Writer Emma Johnston even called this place the OG. This is the Good People is the original brewery in Birmingham. They've been around for about 15 years. They are the largest distributor as far as Birmingham breweries go, and I don't mean to be, sentimental about it, but every other craft brewery in Birmingham can thank Good People for starting the craft brewery trend here in the Magic City. Just real quick.
I agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Before John takes over, Good People is a great space. Regents Park is right across the street where the Barons play in the summertime. They've got a food truck outside that we sampled last time that's fantastic. It's raining today, but they've got a great outdoor space. But it is very relaxed, very friendly, and it is just absolutely typical of what I would want when I come to a brewery. So again, stop number 2 on the Magic City Brewery Trail. This is Good People, and this is what started it all in Birmingham.
Yeah, I'm just going to mention the beers that we've selected today to sample. And we went with our usual pattern, the pattern we established with Monday night, where we would stick with number 1, a beer that the author of the original Birmingham Beer Trail article had mentioned, and that is the Snake Handler. William will hold it up there for you, one of my all-time favorite beers. Then we went with 2 standards. Muchacho is a lager, Mexican lager, and then the Coffee Oatmeal Stout. Really good drinkable stout. And then we decided to try something a little bit more off the beaten path, the Fatso Imperial Stout. I don't think it's one of their regular flagship beers. They brew it from time to time, so we're going to be sampling that. So first up, we're going to do the Mexican lager and the Muchacho. About 5.6%, I believe.
Yep. And I don't know this for sure, guys, but I can't imagine another beer in Birmingham being a better seller than the Muchacho.
Yeah.
You see it in cans literally everywhere. And it is right down and I'm gonna be honest with you, on the very first podcast we did, when John challenged us to name our 3 favorite beers, the Muchacho is one of my go-tos.
Yeah.
It's light, it's crisp, it's summery. It's almost like drinking sunshine. It is fantastic.
If you've been playing along and following along at home, we did Monday night the last time, and we did their Taco Tuesday. Similar beer, similar comparison, but hey, I can tell you right now, Muchacho's better.
Yeah, I can't off the top of my head think of a better Mexican lager.
I might agree with that.
Again, pair with Mexican food, light, crisp, and just absurdly easy to drink.
Yep. With or without the lime.
All right, here we go, folks.
Oh yeah.
I don't know that there's a more popular beer in the state of Alabama than Good People Snake Handler.
And I will also say this: I don't know if there's a beer that's been more responsible for me getting into craft beer than Snake Handler. I love this beer, even though I don't drink nearly as many IPAs as I used to, and I haven't had it for several years. I got a feeling it's going to feel like coming home when I take this sip.
It's a double IPA, and it checks in, a little under 11%?
I think so. Oh.
And listen, while John waxes nostalgia with that, Snake Handler does 2 things. Number one, it's a great double IPA, and it's kind of what Good People is known for. But number 2, I would go so far as to say in Alabama, Snake Handler set the standard for what double IPAs are supposed to taste like.
Sure. I would say to compete with any double IPA out there in the country, it's got a sticky kind of sweetness, balanced with the hoppiness that just makes it so drinkable. And this reminds me of this is the IPA style that I like the best.
Right, and one more thing about Snake Handler too. Of course, Snake Handler coming from the
Sand Mountain area.
The Sand Mountain area.
For their snake handling.
The people up there that handle snakes in church. Even though it's a double IPA and almost 11%, as you look at the color here, it is so incredibly smooth and drinkable for a double IPA.
It will bite you.
It will. John once told me one time, I called him one time and he said, I'm having a couple snake handlers, but I am literally laying in bed as I'm doing it. But again, this is the flagship beer of the state of Alabama.
Agreed.
All right, here we go. Next.
Oatmeal coffee stout.
Yep.
One of my favorite sixers to buy. Just about 5%. Just like, I mean, you think if you're a Guinness fan, give this a shot.
You know how when you watch old videos of Larry Bird and you see other players like falling off the bench because it's raining threes? When I drink this one, I want to fall out of the seat with happiness. Mm-hmm. That's what it makes me feel like. And again, I think, if I'm not mistaken, you would also call it a flagship beer. You can find the coffee oatmeal stout everywhere. On a day like today in late February, it is the perfect beer to go with the time of year.
I would go so far as say it's one of Alabama's most underrated beers. Even though it's popular, I think people forget just how tasty it is for a 5% oatmeal stout. It's not thin, it's got a nice round thickness to its mouthfeel, and just a great taste.
Coffee, oatmeal, chocolate, you get other hints of oats. It's, you get, if I were to ask somebody to try to brew me the perfect stout or close to it, this might be a recipe you would consider. And it's got a great color to it.
Yeah, great beer, underrated.
All right, guys, number 4. I'm gonna let John handle the Fatso part.
I had the Fatso years ago, and I don't remember it very well. But when I saw it was on the menu again, I said this would be a great one for us to pick up for our 4th, so I can kind of remind myself what I thought about it. So I know it's an imperial stout. It's about 9.3%.
And 2 things: I've never had it, and number 2, it's not a beer they brew often. That's one of the reasons we chose it. These 3 you can find almost any time of the year. Fatso is more seasonal, would you say?
I would suppose, because I haven't seen it every time I've come.
Well, okay, so this is a little smoother than this. This does not quite have the stout taste immediately as the coffee oatmeal stout. It's incredibly smooth, almost like a Guinness, if you're thinking of it that way.
Yeah, I would say that the coffee oatmeal stout is actually more flavorful at 5% than this is at 9%.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah.
But this is still good. Don't get me wrong.
They have definitely found a way to brew a stout at 9%, and it'd be very smooth and drinkable. But I'm tasting.
This is a little more dark chocolate tasting, a little bit just heavy malt.
In comparison, there's no coffee in this like there is this. This is malty, chocolatey, just a smoother
This
stout.
still hides the alcohol very well, though.
It does. All right, guys. Well, so just to wrap it up, this is stop number 2. BehamNow.com. Go find Emma Johnston's article on the Magic City Brewery Tour, and you will not be disappointed. Good People mass produces beer that you can buy all over the Southeast, but they do not sacrifice their quality at all.
Yeah.
Great space, great people.
Is it ready? You want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel confident and very sure about giving this a solid 9.
You know, I'm the
across
same.
the board.
I'm exact the same place. Again, I'm reserving my perfect scores for something that blows me out of the water, and it's not that Good People doesn't do that. Ambiance, they've got an upstairs, they've got an outdoors, they got great food, and what's not to like about baseball
And there's a
across the
little
street?
bit more chill vibe here to me
There
than
is.
Good People. I mean, not than Good People, than Monday night, which has been our first stop, which I also enjoyed. Yeah, I'm giving it a 9, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of these beers when we finish here.
I'm going to give it a 9 too, and I think one of the reasons for what John said is this is where people come that want good beer because Good People has been doing it for 16, 17 years, and they were on the cutting edge of craft beer. So we appreciate it, guys. Again, that's stop number 2, and thanks for hanging out with us at Good People.
Yep. See y'all next time.